as you continue to follow or find the path, you can see in the dim light of the flora that surrounds this river that you're approaching, you can make out the outline of what looks like some tents set up near the river.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any campfire or anything like that. You just see a few tents set up. You
40.
find in this campsite,
Nothing but corpses.
as you approach, you find the remains of what looks like a ruined campsite.
Okay. Looks like I called it.
The campsite is covered in blood, and as you are looking around, you can hear a rubbing sound in the dirt. And as you look around, you can see a fallen stalactite is crushing the body of some humanoid creature, and its arm is moving, trying to claw its way out from under the stalactite.
I think that's human.
And as you look closer, you can see there is something written in blood on the ground next to this hand.
The hand is moving?
Yes.
Is the body crushed to death and the hands is going?
It's hard to tell. You'd have to remove the stalactite to see.
No. Not happening, because this doesn't...
Okay, so there's something written in blood that then kind of trails off on the ground next to this creature, but you can't understand what it says.
I know common, orc, infernal, and giant.
You're not there.
So I would probably...
I will take it. I'll take a notepad and I'll jot it down.
Okay.
I'll bring it back for later.
It's an infernal then.
I don't know what it is, but I can't read it.
Or it's an orc.
Or it's an undercommon.
Do you know orc?
It's probably undercommon.
Well, he said I'm not there. He said
Do you know undercommon?
No, but I know.
So you bring it back to them?
Yeah, I guess we'll do the last once over real quick and see if we...
Are we not gonna try to do anything about this dude though?
So, that's what I'm saying, is his body not visible at all underneath the stalactite? It's just the arm sticking out writing?
It's the arm is gray of skin. Let me
Yeah, it's a drow.
see if I can see anything else.
Yeah, I figured it's a drow or something like that, so it's most likely an undercommon, but I'm trying to figure out why is it only his arm moving? That's what's sketching me out.
Well, so the stalactite is rather large, and based on the size of the arm, the body type appears to be rather small. So you cast Comprehend Languages on yourself, I assume on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you can now read it. It is undercommon,
Mm-hmm.
and it says,
Underwear.
it says, beware, scaleless, and then it trails off.
Scaleless?
Scaleless.
Scaleless.
Yeah. Beware,
Do we know what that
scaleless,
means?
and then it trails off.
Do we know what scaleless means?
Something without scales?
Well, I mean, it's like a name of a creature.
Is it capitalized?
No.
Because that could be a name too, you know.
That's what I was asking. I was like, is it like a creature? Is
Yeah,
this like
it could be a name.
monster?
but,
Is it a person?
That'd be.
You're not familiar with anything.
Is it a race?
Named scaleless.
Should we try to... I don't think if we pull this stalactite up, whatever's underneath, it's gonna try to fucking kill us, but...
Yeah.
It'll be too weak to do so.
Zay's already triple stab action.
Talking about strong bitch, pick up this flag.
Well, then you motherfucker, get ready to karate chop it.
I don't karate chop, I punch, okay? Get it right.
Alright,
There's no judo chop, this ain't Austin Powers.
Zay's gonna push this off.
Okay. Okay.
Is it about fear?
So you're pushing it off or you're picking it up?
I'm pushing
Fear
it off.
scaleless?
Okay.
Beware the scaleless, is what he said.
It didn't say the, it
It's
just
just
said where's
beware
You want me to roll for
Beware
that, or-
scale, sorry.
You want me to roll for it, or are you just gonna assume that?
No, you're strong as fuck. It's not that big. So you roll the
Lucky you didn't
the
mix it up.
stalactite
It would've
off
been
of
alright. It's
whatever
plus
this
17.
creature is, and you can see this creature is what's left of a Duragar, and its chest is caved in, its face is smashed in, but you can see these little bits of fungus that appear to be growing on it. And as you roll the thing, the stalactite off of it, its neck kind of cracks as it turns to look at you and just goes. And I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Laser fire.
As it reaches out for you, you see from its chest originating, the entire thing just explodes, and this like green mist fills the air around you. You all take 19 points of poison damage.
0, bitch! Because I'm a monk! I'm just like...
Was that what the con save was for?
Yep. Looking around, you guys find like
5, 9.
evidence of lots of carnage, but no other bodies aside from the one that you found. Okay.
These fuckers got raided or something happened, and
The Scaleless.
Whatever that is.
there's some type of evil magic user. Nick, you stink. I know he's gonna be
It
some
could
type.
be creatures, it could be a big creature, it could be the name of like a soldier in the fucking army.
I mean, something that has the magical capability to booby trap an undead body.
It's also like,
We don't know
These
if that
are
was magically
Duragar,
booby
like,
trapped. It
they
could have
could
just
be-
been a fungus that like...
they could be
got-
calling humans scaleless for all we know.
Yeah, true. I guess it could have been some type of weird fungus bomb thing. Whatever, Nick, you're crazy.
So you continue to follow your
Yeah.
find the path. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your find the path continues on and it leads you straight up to this river, and you see the glowing line go across the river.
Across it. How wide across is it?
I give Leopard Man a little push in.
The river is
Just
pretty.
check.
The river is pretty wide. It's
A little
a
nudge.
good 100 feet across.
Is it safe?
I dodge. How far across?
100 feet.
Yeah.
Bag of holding time?
I don't know.
Because we found out that's a fucking...
Can't you run on water?
No.
Oh.
The fuck, I'm not that fast, Jesus.
No, I'm pretty sure monks have
I
the
think that's a
ability
monk
to do
thing.
That's a monk thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's with my, I forgot what the step of the wind is.
well, fucking aim, Bruce Lee, Jesus.
Bruce Lee, Jesus.
I forgot that was one of the benefits.
Get over there, man.
I'm so fast already, I never step of the wind, okay?
I wonder if you have to like run at a diagonal though because of the water moving. It's not like.
At 9th level, you gain the ability. Actually, it's not, it's just regular movement.
Also, I just want to throw out just because you can walk on the water doesn't mean there ain't shit in the water that you can.
I can actually, how far across is the water?
100 feet across.
I can literally get across in 6 seconds.
Do we know? So do we know how? We don't know how deep this is, obviously.
No.
Is the water like clear like it looks like? Water?
Best that you can tell, yeah.
It's a running...
There's not a lot of light down here, but best that you can tell, it seems like normal water.
And I
Just
wanna,
hop into my bag of holding. He can fly. I can fly. Just hop into my bag of holding and let's go.
if something jumps up like Jaws style, you're gonna have to dump us all. I mean, the thing is, if none of us could fly, we would have no choice. We would all have to just trot on.
I ain't talking about it, I'm not flying.
There's no way I would try to walk across this fucking Underdark river or trudge through it.
If you couldn't fly and she couldn't fly, what would we
Ain't
do?
no fucking way I'm stepping foot
See,
in that
what we
water.
would do is
Yeah, we
everybody...
just turn around and go back. No Underdark, we're not finding this.
We find another way across, but I wouldn't fucking.
No, so see, the way we
Well,
do
that's
that
true. We
is...
could build like a makeshift
No.
canoe out of like.
All y'all get in the bag of holding, I pick up the bag of holding, and I just run across the river.
Yeah, we do.
Fuck no.
It's not that in there, don't worry.
Hell no.
I just get eaten and we all die. Because they just suffocate in the bag of
And
holding.
TPK.
I'm still waiting to see if something tries to snatch your ass out of the water walking across it.
I'm just trotting underneath them right now.
So, you're going first?
I'm like behind him actually, technically.
Should we? All right. Should we? I mean, either way, I think you should wait for. We either wait
I was
for you
waiting.
to cross,
Yeah, I was waiting
or
behind
you
him
wait
because
for
I'm gonna be
us to
quicker.
cross, so like we can be ready to like
Mhm.
attack something. Maybe try to jump
Yeah.
out of this water.
You across. And
He's rolling.
as you run across the water, you make it to the other side.
Go away.
All right. Well,
How high is the ceiling?
In this area, it's about 20 feet high.
Alright, we're going all the way to the fucking.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
He wasn't that bad.
we are. Yeah, but I ain't risking
Come on, man.
anything
You rolled.
today.
He's at least pretending there's some shit in the water.
That's what matters.
Yeah, so you each grab one arm of Zaza.
Yep.
and
Just like under the armpit. Just
fly her all the way up to the ceiling, and
And
across the river, and then back down on the other side.
Yep.
And you're good. You notice that in some of the areas where the ceiling is low enough to where you can actually see it, in some of the bigger chambers, you notice that some of the stalactites on the roof of the cavern have some deep claw marks in them.
Just like the commando sign.
I'll pop up and inspect one.
Okay.
Just fucking grabs.
Make a.
Oh my god.
So you fly up to inspect it. What are you trying to determine about the claw marks?
I want to see if I can get a better idea of what might have made them.
I'm gonna wait for something to start.
Make a
Just
nature
fucking
check.
grabs you. Oh. That would be
The
fucking
big,
nuts.
the big T.
The claw marks appear to be made by a large creature.
Something that
Some-
would have been on the ground that can reach the ceiling.
Possibly.
We're not safe anymore.
How high is this?
Definitely bigger than the Ember Hulks you fought.
So those are large.
But is it bigger than a dragon?
It looks
Dragons
like
come in all shapes.
yeah, dragons come in all sizes. It is possible that these claws could have been made by some kind of dragon or something similar. Inspecting the ceiling in this area, you get the sense that
You want to know what we think?
it's possible something was moving through this area. As you can see, some of the stalactites have fallen,
Really?
some
You
are
really
just
think
cracked.
he's gonna go there?
But what you notice that's more interesting is in some of these locations, on some of these stalactites, you find like little tiny dots of residue, as though something is either growing on these or as if something rubbed against them and it left this
behind
residue
traces.
traces behind. Yeah.
Does the residue have like a smell to it? Does it smell like the mold or shit that we've been seeing on these other creatures?
So as you lean in to sniff it, make perception.
Oh!
You're sniffing it?
Yeah.
Just randomly sniffing stuff, Dale.
Listen.
Just remember if there's. Oh, damn.
It's a 19.
Okay. So you immediately recoil as whatever this is, it seems extremely acidic and it almost burns your nostrils as you smell it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking, but I don't. You really think Nick would go there?
Yes.
Yes.
Nick,
Don't ask him. Give him an idea. 100% that he'd go there.
they have no faith in you.
I will fly back down to you guys and let you know what I found. Essentially, Z's just like, there's something that's traveling across the ceilings above us.
Well, we don't know if it's there, but it's definitely. So you were able to see that it was reaching from the ground or from the bottom?
No,
So
something.
you couldn't tell that.
It appeared to me like there's broken stalactites, cracked, like broken off and moved. So, and then there's like traces of like this like putrid acidic residue across it too. So it's either something that's so massive it hits the stalactites from the ground, or something is like big is like moving across the ceiling using the stalactites to get around.
Nick, you dirty. Oh.
What?
This could be something like really nasty, like not even, it doesn't have to be like what you're thinking. If we run into fucking those like angels that want to kill Corey down here, Nick, I'm gonna be very upset.
You get tired of this.
Fuck up, Andy.
He was already thinking about it.
You guys travel this day for a few hours. She recasts her Find the Path. You travel for about another 30 to 40 minutes before you guys exit one of the many tunnels that you've been trudging through the past few days. And you find yourselves in another grand open area. Ahead, you can see what appears to be the aftermath of a battle. A city
Getting close.
lies ahead of you.
A city.
A
Stopping
city.
up.
Unlike
Holding
any you have ever seen, as it is mostly covered in this fair's rest.
Or
The
Moria.
entire thing seems to be either built from one massive hollowed out stalactite, or alternatively was built specifically to look as such. You can see smoke rising from what small fires still burn within the Black City. The buildings themselves seem to have no uniform style. The layout looks to be rather chaotic if it were not for the fact that many of the buildings are currently crumbling or have been outright leveled.
Got there? Do you see any fighting anywhere?
You do not see or hear any battle currently taking place.
So there's no smoke coming off.
There's
of
still
something?
smoke coming off of some
Okay,
of the
so this is
buildings.
pretty
Yeah.
fairly recent.
Excuse me. Any fights or anything?
Not that you can see. And this is just what you can see from the bit of light that the city itself gives off, and that's it. You guys are there's still quite a ways of travel before you would actually be at the gates of the city. As you all make your way, creeping closer to investigate, you actually find pieces of Neverwinter armaments scattered around on the ground, as well as hundreds of corpses of drow, driders, humans, and spiders as you creep along this just battlefield of death.
They took the city and then moved on. Yeah, I'd say we just continue following the path.
You can see two gargantuan-sized spider corpses.
Corpses?
Yeah.
Are we 100% sure they're corpses?
Well, upon slightly closer inspection, you can see that they appear to be made of solid jade,
Okay.
and are in fact the remains of two gargantuan spider constructs.
Break me off a piece of that, kid. Tink! I take a chunk.
You do?
Is it solid jade?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go fucking try to break off a leg.
Okay, how are you gonna break it off?
Fucking hot I try to punch that shit off.
Make an attack roll.
He's all like, "Hot!"
An attack
He's
roll.
fucking
You're gonna
karate.
activate that shit.
Oh shit! 25.
25. So you managed to, and you cut off. It's loud, and it fucking hurts your hand. But you do
I'm just
manage.
like,
You do manage to chip off a
Sorry.
you manage to chip off a tiny little piece.
like a decent chunk?
No, you get like a quarter size.
Break off the part.
I ain't touching shit.
It's
And-
a solid piece of jade.
I don't care.
And as you are trying to
I take my piece. Okay.
as you're trying to figure out how to get a bigger piece off of this thing.
Oh.
Mister, we don't want to help the cleric, but I'm gonna karate chop a giant jade spider. Wow, Captain.
So
Fucking
the rest of you slowly walking over this like field of drow bodies. Some of you hear a sound, a near silent sound. So basically, just you and you, of air being displaced. Before you hear a crunch of stone above you, and looking up atop the walls of the city is a gargantuan dragon, unlike any you have ever seen before. This dragon has no scales.
Why did everybody just like look at me?
You're the fucking dragon fanatic.
Like none of you have seen before.
Oh, this is the guy. You bitch. You put this in your campaign, you asshole.
This dragon has no scales. Instead, its flesh is dotted with small coin-sized holes that seem to slowly drip a dull greenish fluid.
We need to run.
It looks down upon you with massively wide eyes, presumably to see very well in the darkness of deep. It grins a horrible, toothy grin and says, "Welcome, travelers, to the Drow city of Ithilgem.
Just tuck my piece of jade away.
I am Zovalkur, the Scaleless. What is it that you seek from the ruins of the Drow stronghold?"
Nothing.
We're good.
We're just on our way, just passing through.
He says, "This is my territory now.
Okay.
Perhaps we may come to an amicable arrangement.
What do you want?
There is something within these ruins
Okay.
Christ.
that is very precious.
Mm-hmm.
Within the cellar of one of the noble houses hides the last survivors of Helgem.
He wants the last people.
One of them carries an orb that does not belong to them.
What is this fucking Skyrim?
Retrieve this orb for me. That is my price.
Goddamn Skyrim.
And then I shall give thee what you seek.
What does the orb do?
Make a persuasion check. The orb is an heirloom of a friend of mine. I intend to return it. You seem capable.
Mm-hmm.
Find this orb for me, and if you're still so curious, I'll tell you once you've delivered it. You will find the cellar door in the northwestmost mansion. You
Not
see,
everything is just survivors.
you see more dozens and dozens of corpses of drow, driders, spiders, some Neverwinter soldiers here and there. You manage to spot what you assume to be the cellar that he's talking about. There's this large red cellar door with like gold engraving on it that is attached to one of these large like mansions. You call out to them, and you hear a voice.
Godzilla.
You hear a voice respond.
Gojira.
Who's there?
It's about stupid like
Why is the guy who doesn't know how to socialize the fucking communicator?
He's been reading.
I've been trying. Wait, I got this. My book says,
book says-
we're adventurers. We're trying to help.
The voice.
It's like taking, like flipping through his book. Okay. I greeted. Okay.
The voice says,
We're fighting.
"We've no need of your assistance. Go now and die in whatever way seems best to you."
But what if we could possibly get you out of here alive?
It responds. It says, "These lands are watched by."
Yeah, the big fuck off dragon. Yeah, we met him already.
He says, "Then consider yourself lucky that you still draw breath."
Well, we kind of made a deal with him, and we might be able to negotiate if you got an orb.
After you say that, you get no response.
All right, break it down.
We're going in gang squad style.
Time to die.
Are you gonna cry?
And I'm gonna pull out the staff, and I'm gonna do thunderclap on the door.
Oh,
There's
damn.
2d6 thunder damage to the door.
Thunder! Thunder!
Okay. So you, and you see large cracks form in the door, but it doesn't break. So with that, it just shatters the fucking stone door, kicks it in, and you can see some stone steps leading down into the cellar.
Do we see like the bottom of the cellar?
You see the stone steps leading down about 15 or 20 feet before it comes to a landing that then extends past what you can see from this vantage point. So you do that. You see Zeed just disappear into a shadow next to you guys, and you reappear, and you almost fall over because you reappear right on top of someone. As you can now look around real quick, there is a armored drow that appeared to have been like ready to attack whoever walked in the doorway, who's now looking right at you like, ah! And you can see on the other side of the doorway, there's another one who was doing the same. And you can also see there are several wooden pillars in this room, a bunch of boxes shoved together, and a couple like tables all shoved together, ramshackle, to create like some kind of barricade. And you can see behind that barricade there appear to be 2 more drow warriors with like really ornate armor, and a drow female as well, with a large black staff.
This is like the queen or some shit.
Firestorm.
And so, as
Would
the
you
guy-
say I surprised them?
we'll say that. Well, so I wouldn't say that you surprised them in that sense because they knew you guys were coming. But yeah, that will be initiative.